Have you ever hit that point in real estate where you feel you're doing everything right, but you still feel drained? You're showing homes, you're making phone calls, you're doing open houses, you're prospecting every day, you're doing social media, and you're just exhausted. You're just tired of all the grind and the hustle. I've been there many times, definitely more than once throughout my 7 years of real estate. And I realized that burnout does not come from doing too much. It just simply comes from doing too much of what does not feed you, what is not working for you, what you're not good at. And today I want to tell you all about it so that you can avoid these mistakes and get ahead in your career and don't struggle with the up and down like I did.
Here we go.
Money, money, making crap for money, money.
Hello, my friends. Today I want to talk to you about why many real estate agents lose their fire. And most importantly, I'm going to tell you how to get it back. You see, early in my career, I thought success was just about working harder. I came into real estate with the mindset that if I was working 16 hours in my previous job, that if I brought that into real estate every day and went all in, that I was going to see tremendous amount of success. And I used to wear exhaustion as a badge of honor. I used to tell people, if you're not as exhausted as I am, then you're not working hard enough. And a lot of that came from pretty much all the motivation that you see out there in a lot of different places as far as real estate, right? You may see a lot of seminars or a lot of speakers that talk about you're not doing enough, you're never working hard enough, you're lazy, this, and that. So what I did is I programmed that in my head as a way of looking at myself, evaluating my performance. But what I learned over the 7 years of my real estate career is that burnout is not a sign of weakness at all. It just simply means that you're disconnected from your purpose. And maybe, just maybe, you're not rewarding yourself for the hard work you're doing. And that was my case. The way I look at it, you're not lazy. You're just out of alignment. And I'm all about working the mindset first because I cannot get you to adopt new habits and business plans and productivity plans if you haven't worked on your mindset. What is stopping you from showing up every day? What is stopping you from feeling that you deserve all the success that you say you want? What is that? How do we get to the bottom of it? I am a firm believer and I live by this and I swear by this. And if you don't get anything out of this video, I just simply want you to walk away with this. Your success will never outgrow the inner work you do for yourself. Never. You will never be so successful that you don't have to work on you. Let me say it better. If you don't continue to work on you, you'll never unlock the next step of success. That's what I mean by that. Right now, you're at a certain stage in life where maybe you feel that you have plateaued or you want more. Well, do you know that that next level of success requires something different out of you, something unique, something you haven't done? And not just done, but something you haven't worked on in yourself. Are you a better person now? Have you worked on some of the things that always held you back? Maybe it was that identity issue. Maybe it was your faith. For me, it was faith. Purpose. Outcomes are what you get as a result of your work. Processes are what you do, how you do what you need to do. But identity is what you believe, what drives you as a human, what's inside of your head. And see, most agents like myself, people that really want to go get it, that want to be top producers from day one, we just chase outcomes. Quick, from day one, outcome, results, the closings, production, leaderboard, recognition, look at me, I'm doing fantastic, that type of stuff. But what happens is, during that process, a lot of us tend to forget who we're becoming. And that is the most important thing, is knowing what's happening internally with yourself. As you're chasing those things, is it changing you? And is it changing you for the better or for the worse? For a very long time, I was just chasing the deal every day. Another deal, another client, another lead, another contract. And I never worked on actually building the habits that would make me proud of myself. Those important habits that I could look in the mirror and say, wow, I'm building so many great habits right now. I'm so proud because I'm able to show up every day. And I know that I can count on my systems and my habits that will continue to run even when I don't feel like it. And then what happened is, as I'm chasing deals and just looking at checks, I started to break promises to myself and say, you know what, next month I'm going to do this, or I want to accomplish this. But right now, it sounds great, but I don't know if I'm ready for it. It sounds good, so I'm going to say it And I'm going to look in the mirror and say, yes, I'm going to do this. And by next year, I want to be at this level, at this stage in life. And the only way I'm going to get there is if I work on these habits, if I set up my structure and I commit to it every day with discipline, blah, blah, blah. Sounds fantastic. I could give a whole speech on it because I said it so many times to myself. But then I got used to, over time, I got comfortable with not doing it, with being okay, looking in the mirror and saying, well, maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Maybe it's okay if you don't do it now, like you said. And I heard someone say, the best plan, the best goal is the one that you said you were going to do when you said you were going to do it. And that just, that was me for many, many years. And I'm not proud of it. I'm just simply sharing from experience. As someone that's a mentor in real estate for many, many agents, I see this happen. And I try to jump in and help them recognize what's going on internally and how to fix it, how to change it, unlock the next level of success, not only in business, but also as a person, as a human being. The highest form of self-respect you can have is discipline. When you don't have discipline, you're disrespecting yourself every day, every single day. Are you okay with disrespecting yourself every day? Think about it. Instead of being okay with failing yourself, look in the mirror and say, why am I okay disrespecting myself every day when I say I'm going to show up and I don't? When I say I'm going to make my calls and I don't do them. When I say I'm going to work on me. When I say I was going to read the Bible every day and I don't do it. I matter enough to keep that word to myself. And see, a lot of us get into real estate thinking that it's freedom, right? A lot of us come from other jobs before where we work a lot, many hours. And we say, well, when I get into real estate, it's kind of like a hobby. I'm going to have freedom. I'm going to do whatever I want. Wrong. That's not how it is. If you think that, if you're watching this video and you're thinking about real estate, thinking it's going to be a hobby, well, it can be, but I promise you, you won't be in real estate by the end of the quarter. So just know that. You got to come into real estate all in, ready to go, ready to grind every day. And a lot of times you're going to work way harder. But I thought it was about freedom. And reality was the freedom comes from structure. How do you set up your systems? You're only as successful as your systems. If you don't have good systems in play, you're not going to be successful. What about the days when you don't show up? What about the times when you don't prospect? Let's say you got a deal right now. You work all month. You've been posting on social media. You've been hosting open houses. You finally get a lead. You go under contract. You spend about 30 days working with them, babysitting them until they close. And you didn't work on the next lead, the next client during those 30, 40 days. And guess what happens? You start all over again next month. And then you just chasing that month after month after month. And it's funny because I tell people, you won't see me for a month on social media and then you'll see me again. Not anymore, but for a long time, that was me. Oh, Pedro must be busy. He hasn't posted anything on social media. Business must be good. Got it. Then next month, I'm in everyone's face, video after video after video. Oh, Pedro is trying to get more clients right now. He probably ran out of clients. He's running low. That's life for most agents until they find that structure that keeps going when you're not showing up, when you're not there, when you don't feel like showing up. Can your machine still run without you? You got to protect your time and understand that it's not about perfection. 70% done is better than not doing it at all. I'll tell people my crappy video on social media will outperform the one you never do. My basic newsletter will outperform the one you don't send. My unrehearsed script for my cold calls will outperform the one you never do. We get caught up in just learning how to do everything so perfect to a point where we don't even do it at all. But we spent 2 months learning it until we feel comfortable. And then we look in the mirror and say, by Monday, I'm going to do it. And then Monday, you don't do it. And you tell yourself, it's okay that I didn't do it again. And the main difference between top producing agents and regular agents that struggle every day is the simple fact that top producing agents have made peace with the work that needs to happen every day for them to have a successful business. Regular agents have not made peace. They fight it every day. Top producers still, they may not like it, but they're going to do it regardless because they understand that through showing up, discipline is going to be there. And through discipline, the results are going to compound eventually to a point that it takes them to a highly successful business. So they understand, they embrace the suck, if you will, for the sake of growing, of achieving, of unlocking a different level that they've never seen before. That is the difference. Got to show up. Even if it's imperfect, show up. Your future self will thank you for it. I promise you. Do not seek perfection. I'd rather shoot for the moon and come in low and still go higher than I ever would have imagined than to shoot low and actually hit it every single time. Because then you get used to that minimum, and that's not a good place to be. If you ever read the book, Atomic Habits is an incredible book. It talks about habit triggers, and that's really important to understand. And once you understand it, then you look at life different. You look at all those activities a little bit different because you understand that one thing will lead to another. And if you do that, you can add more things to make your time even more powerful, your routine even more powerful. And for me, it's all about a strong morning routine, right? Because without one, how can you step up to the day and embrace the day saying, I'm going to show up today and I'm going to accomplish things when you woke up at scraps, at bare minimum? Did you take time for yourself? I tell people I like to wake up in the mornings and be myself, Pedro, just for 1 or 2 hours before I put on the daddy hat and the husband hat. Can I just be me? Can I just be the son of God and talk to my God, to Jesus, and say, I just want to talk to you for 1 hour this morning. Just spend time with you. Tell me what I need to fix about myself. Tell me what I need to work on. Maybe for you it's meditation. Maybe it's reading. Maybe it's just being quiet. But it's that inner conversation that you have, that you commit how you're going to show up for the rest of the day. A lot of people just go to bed the night before, wake up with the same stuff from yesterday in their head, thinking they're going to bear fruit in a new day when they have all the rotten stuff in their head from the day before. How do you bear good fruit from that every day? That's what leads to depression a lot of times, because you can't understand why you're not performing. Because you're not working on you. You're not releasing. You're not committing to yourself, what you're going to be, how you're going to show up. That is a big issue. And that was me. And it drove me to very, very tough times, dark times for sure. I kind of went a little bit off track, but I thought it was very important. So habit triggers, right? So for me, it's early morning, have a conversation with God, and then it goes right into reading scripture. It's all about you, right? After my scripture, I'm able to pray. I'm able to hear the word of God. And then right after that, I'm able to go work out. Now it's time to work on my physical, my body. As I'm also working on my body, I may be reading a book, an Audible, or I may be watching something that's related to my profession, right? Something that'll provide me knowledge, whether it's strategies for business, whether it's real estate market, coaching, whatever it is, something that'll benefit my work. But I did not get there without me working on my soul first. My soul is always first. Then after I finish my activities, then it's time to be a dad, be a husband. And then shortly after that, it's time to show up on the computer and accomplish my daily routine. Time blocking, understanding that I got to dedicate a certain amount of hours, a certain amount of time for every activity. And don't be like me. Please don't have 300 things on the calendar. I want you to focus on the 3 most important things that you need to accomplish every day. And as long as you do that, then you know you had a successful day. If you tell me, Pedro, there are way more than 3 things I need to do, then I need you to dig deeper. Because in reality is you probably only have 3. And if you think you have more, then you're not digging enough. If you're struggling with discipline and even showing up to your computer, do not do more than 3. You will quit. You will fail. 3. And as you keep doing this, then you can add another one. Because guess what? When you show up for these 3 things consistently, you're going to get faster. You're going to get better. You're going to become more efficient. You're going to have more free time, which allows you to do what? Add more things, right? Slowly but surely, you start adding new habits to your routine. But what triggers the habit? For me, is waking up, hearing the alarm. I know for a fact it's time to go and start praying as soon as I wake up. Sometimes I don't feel like it, but I do it because I know that that's how I start. I need that. So then that triggers the next step, the Bible. And then that triggers getting ready for the gym and the pre-workout and walking around or, lifting weights, listening to valuable content for my job, for my mental. And then it's time to be a daddy. And then it's time to show up on the computer for 2 hours to prospect. And then it's time to do some content. And what triggers that habit? And can you add more as you get more proficient? But remember, 3 is your key number. 3. So my friend, I want you to hear me out on this. If you're listening to this and you're thinking about quitting, you're tired, you're questioning if this business is still for you, hear me say this. You don't need to quit. You just need to realign. Build that self-trust. How do you do that? By showing up. By not being okay with the self-disrespect of not showing up, of lying to yourself, saying you're going to do something and not doing it, and getting comfortable with that. If you don't stop that, it's going to take you to a really low spot. So I want you to stop that, because through that, you're going to build confidence, and then you'll show up. And you know what the biggest problem is? That a lot of us, when we're struggling, we don't see ourselves the way God sees us. It's hard to swallow. It's a tough pill to swallow, but that is the reality. Because we have self-talk. Am I good enough? Am I really that good? Could I really do this? I know top producers do this and do that, and I want to do it. It sounds great. Can I really do it? Am I good enough? That self-talk drives you crazy. But that's also because you're not seeing yourself the way God sees you. So work on that. Work on your faith as well. If you're running low on faith, then you need to fill that up again. For me, it was super low. My purpose was filled up every other things, financial, success, blah, 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 blah. But the faith one, the most important one, the one that drives me, the one that lets me know and provides me grace and peace internally, that one, it was at a very low. And I never even thought it was that important. I just thought that as long as I do more and I sell more houses, everything will be fine. But I was so wrong. So work on you. Build yourself again. Try new things. Work on those 3 things every day. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to copy other people. Comparison will kill the spirit. I promise you. While you're looking at other people hosting 1,000 open houses or making 1,000 calls a day, if that's not your thing, don't do it. But ask yourself, what am I good at right now? To get more connections, to get more leads, because reality is getting more leads is probably the answer to most people that could be watching this video. That's about 99% of people's problem is getting more leads. Because if you get more leads, then the business grows and everything just fixes itself. So how do I get more leads? What 2-3 things can I do really well? Instead of watching everybody do amazing videos on social media, if that's not you, don't spend 3 months watching tutorials to do better videos. Focus on the one thing. Maybe you're a great door knocker. Maybe what you really need to do is dig in your phone and call 5 people from the contact list that you already have on your phone every single day and check in. Maybe you're great at sending letters in the mail and that works for you. Maybe you do events locally. But pick the 3 things, 2-3 things activity-wise that'll bring you more leads and go all in on that. And then at the end of 90 days, if you see that one of those 3 activities is not quite working for the amount of work you put into it, then I want you to take that out and I want you to replace it with another one. But do not do 10 activities trying to get leads and you don't become proficient at any of them. If you're already good at 1 or 2, then just go all in on that. I promise you that works. I promise you. What I want you to do is I want you to go to your mirror, to your bathroom, your bedroom, look in a mirror, and I want you to make a promise to yourself. One promise, and I want you to keep it. It could be whatever it is. I will be successful. I will build a successful business. I will become a better human being. I will show up for myself. I will be disciplined. I will self-educate more. Whatever it is, make one promise to yourself. And whatever it is, I want you to do it so that you can prove to yourself that you can trust yourself again. That you are no longer okay letting yourself down every single time. That's how you start to heal burnout, my friends. I hope this video helped you. Comment the word trust. That lets me know that you're going to work on you and it makes me happy for you. And if you're in faith, then know that my only goal is to be of service. So if this video helps one person, that's what God wanted me to do. Y'all be blessed, my friends.